What's going on YouTube? LTH coming at you with a Win Thursday video. 7:13 to buy your city whip in this joint. Let's get it. Free agency is right around the corner, which is a little 6 more days now. And I know it's been moves going on, and I learned that Khalil Mack has been traded to the Chargers. Courtesy of the Bears making the trade, but I'm not even gonna touch on that. And yes, the Texans do need a lot of weapons on their team based on how their roster look right now. And yes, they do need to build around Davis Mills, and I understand they needs to build an O-line, interior O-line at that. So I want to touch on what running back that I would like to replace David Johnson with, because it's already enough that I'm over the guy. He's washed, hasn't had a great year since 2016, been injured so many times. And I have two running backs in mind. James Conner, who is 26 years old. Man, I know he hasn't had 1,000-yard rushing yet, but he's had pretty solid years. We understand he endured injuries from time to time, but that would be a running back that I wouldn't mind getting, replacing David Johnson with. And he's just 26 years old, though he does turn 27 this year come May. But right now he's just 26 years old. He showed flashes. I mean, he can gain pretty solid yards, 20, sometimes 30-yard rushing yards. If healthy, he's capable of getting 1,000-yard seasons. Like I say, I understand he hasn't had one yet, but whether he stays with the Cardinals or he's on the move, I say he's capable of getting his first 1,000-yard season come 2022. So James Conner is a running back that I would like to replace David Johnson with in 2022. So another running back that I wouldn't mind replacing David Johnson with is Rashad Penny. Like James Conner, he's just 26 years old. Like James Conner, he's just 26 years old. Yeah, it sucks he had a season-ending injury back in 2019. And like James Conner, he hasn't had 1,000-yard season. And I say that he's also capable of having 1,000-yard season. I know after that Russell Wilson trade, I'm not sure whether he's going to stay in Seattle or not, but Rashad Penny is another running back that I would like to see. I'm not sure if James Conner and Rashad Penny are under contract, but if their contracts are up this year and they become free agents, then Rashad Penny and James Conner are two running backs that I wouldn't mind having in the place of David Johnson. Because like James Conner, when healthy, I say Rashad Penny is also capable of having 1,000-yard seasons. And if he doesn't get injured, then he's capable of producing 1,000-yard season in 2022, whether he remains in Seattle or not. But is it guaranteed that it happens? No, but not to mention, those are, I know there are free agent targets, running backs that can't be overlooked, such as Leonard Fournette, who is also still pretty young, along with this other Tampa Bay Buccaneers running back as well. So can't overlook the other running backs. But for right now, I say James Conner and Rashad Penny are my top two picks, possible free agent running backs that I wouldn't mind seeing in the Texans running uniform in 2022. And I know it's not guaranteed, but like the saying goes, only time will tell. And running back isn't the only position they gotta better themselves in. since there's other positions that they got to be upgraded as well, such as safety. Even if Justin Reed resigns with Houston, you know, free safety, corners, hell, even that D line that could be vamped up as well, because you want to be able to stop them run. You know, knowing the fact that they got to play Derrick Henry twice a year, Jonathan Taylor twice, and even James Robinson twice a year. Because thing about them team, they will run that football. So it's up to the Texans to show how bad they want to revamp that defensive line. But I'll pretty much talk more about this in another video I make. So that's about all I got. And yeah, there will be a video about which running back that I want to get in the NFL draft. So, but in this video, assuming that the Texans don't draft a running back and they do find a way to sign a young running back that's for young, like in their 20s and not washed up and all that stuff, like David Johnson. But there will be another video about what running back that I wouldn't mind drafting, 3 running backs I got in mind. And of course, since the Texans currently have the number 3 pick, I'll make another video on which player that I do see the Texans drafting that number 3. So be on the lookout for that. But to my next video, oh, and by the way, not to get off topic, but I'm so glad that Major League Baseball is back. And opening day is April 7th. And it's supposed to start March 31st, but due to some games being canceled because of that stupid lockout, it's going to be on a later date. So I'm glad MLB is back. But till my next video, LTH checking on the body here. 713 to Bayou City, H-Town till I die. Go Texans. I'm gone.